You and I tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Soonie and Mo.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, Don on the beat.
Hey, I got so many ups.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ups.
so many ups.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Hey, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ups.
I have a pair of headphones somewhere, and I'm actually trying to find them because I refuse to put these big things on my ears right now.
I thought you were just trying to be cool. I was like, what is this?
Oh, I'm looking around for the headphones that like
and then
pop into your ear.
and then she did a whole hair flip coming into it and everything. I was like, okay, Soonie being extra. Use your gaming headset. No, you're good. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show while Soonie gets her headphones situated. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Yesterday was the 22nd anniversary of 9/11, which we were all, obviously in reflection of all the lives lost for that day. And so we're going to be talking a little bit about that. But we do have a lot of topics today. So I'm going to tell you what those topics are. We're going to play the Big Booty Judy intro, and then we go and jump into it.
Big booty.
Big booty Judy. Okay. So we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. So the first, not in any order of what we're going to talk about it, because you guys know we talk about it as we feel inspired to do so. But we're going to be talking about Speaker McCarthy calling for the impeachment of Joe Biden. Is this something that we need to even be excited about, or do we just need to be like, wake us when something happens? Because
wake us when something happens, pretty much.
Wake us when something happens, guys. No spoiler alert for what we're going to talk about, but we'll explain that a little bit when we talk about it. Again, I said we're going to do a reflection on 9/11. We're also going to talk about President Biden, lying about being at Ground Zero the day after 9/11 happened. Now, he wasn't even at the 9/11 remembrance ceremony. He was in Alaska. He wasn't even there. President or Vice President Kamala Harris was stepping in for him in New York City, along with DeSantis, Rudy Giuliani, and the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, was there as well. But we're going to talk about what she said there. Then we're going to talk about the brick lady that got hit with the brick, and she had a big old on the side of her head. We're going to talk about that story because there's an update there. Then we got some fun topics. We're going to talk about football. Football season is starting. There's been some good games, like I'm getting.
Week 1 is in the books. Let's go.
Week 1 is in the books. There's been some good games. Mo's got her fantasy football picks.
Oh God. What in the world?
I've got my fantasy football picks, so we're gonna show that to you guys. Soonie doesn't even know who these people are. Breaking news: Trump indicted for starting the Morocco. There was a Morocco earthquake.
Yeah, prayers to Morocco. They're like really going through it. They had I think it was a 8.9 on the scale.
Damn.
Prayers to them because they're still flooding. And I've got a really cool conspiracy theory that you're gonna like. There was something that happened in the sky right before the earthquake happened, and it's been reported over several years for this mysterious blue light that appears in the sky right before earthquakes. So it could be HARP for all we know. That's a conspiracy theory I'll toy with.
Okay, can I just say, number one, I love that you're getting on the conspiracy theory train with me.
I've been on this.
I know, but here's the thing: when you go into conspiracy theory territory, you cannot follow it up with that could be HARP. Okay, like you have to like roll with it, like you believe it. That's the rule.
I do. I believe in HARP.
Okay,
I believe HARP is a real thing. I don't think that's fake.
Well, I'm gonna have to check in with one of my followers. Actually, she's from Dallas here. I've met with her for lunch, and she's actually vacationing in Paris. I'm gonna check in with her to see if she saw this blue light. And she's big into conspiracy theories, so we could have a word on the ground there. We're going to talk about the Department of Justice taking Google to court and why they're taking them to court. We're going to talk about why you night owl people are at higher risk for diabetes.
Diabetes.
You guys are at higher risk for diabetes. And then also, if you guys love McDonald's and you go there and you sit and you have your meal, we have some updates for you on some changes that are happening at McDonald's and why those changes are happening. So yeah, we've got a little bit of everything today. We've got a little bit of everything.
It's gotta be fun.
But what is HARP?
HARP?
Yeah.
HARP is this it's supposed to be like this big satellite or several satellites that disturb the cloud patterns, kind of like cloud seeding.
Oh, okay.
And do some strange things with the environment. If you I think it's in Florida. They have one in Florida, and then they have another satellite somewhere else. But if you look at the cloud patterns next to these satellites, it's pretty alarming. Like, it looks borderline apocalyptic. The sky, I should say. It's really weird.
Oh, wow.
Really weird.
I'm not gonna lie. When you said HARP, I was like, is HARP like that's malarkey?
What?
Yeah, like I thought, like, like if somebody was like, that's a bunch of harp, like playing a harp, like,
yeah.
That's what I was thinking of, like harp, like was like another word for malarkey.
See, high frequency active auroral research program, and it's a program out of Fairbanks, Alaska, in which they mess with the atmosphere and tweak frequencies. It's kind of like CERN, except for CERN is trying to recreate the God particle.
Gotcha. Okay. So see, this is why I get upset when Soonie uses big words, because see
what?
Harp and CERN. We learn something new every day.
You don't know what CERN is?
I don't think so.
Bruh. See, I'm a geek for conspiracy theories, and when it comes to science and like things that are actually plausible.
Oh, okay.
If I can make it make sense in my head with what I know about science and what we all can observe with science, then I'll sit there and talk conspiracy theories for hours.
Got it.
See, you're bored with my form of conspiracy.
Not really. Trust the science. All right, Big Booty Judy, here's your song.
Big Booty Judy. What? Big Judy. Big Booty Judy. Big Booty. Big Judy. Big Booty Judy. Stop. I want to see you move it. Yeah. Big Booty Judy. Big Booty Judy. Big Booty Judy. That's Big Booty Judy. Big Booty Judy. That's Big Booty Judy. Big Booty Judy. That's Big Booty Judy. Big Judy. Big Booty.
Whoa.
I was about to say, you playing it again?
A remix.
Run it back, DJ.
Oh, man. Yeah. CERN is NASA, Jonathan said. Okay, Jonathan, we see you and your nerdy self.
CERN is NASA. You think so?
Mo. Okay, why do I always look like something? Mo looks like a Bratz doll being sold at Goodwill with puffs on her head. I look like a Bratz doll?
Said that?
I don't know, but
Who is Jonathan Garcia? Who is that?
With puffs on her head. These are little buns. Thank you very much. They're not puffs.
Get it right. She said buns.
Listen, Jonathan, what do you know about hair protection? Okay, this is what's going on here. I'm trying not to do my hair these days. So, protective styles, quite like Soonie and her braids. What do we talk about first, Soonie? What do we talk about?
I don't know. What do we talk about? We have a lot to talk about. What do we talk about first?
Let's talk about the brick lady.
You want to talk about the brick lady?
Yeah. Okay. Can you want to pull up a picture of her while I read what Black Wall Street Times said about this situation?
Sure.
So the article is titled "Black Women Most Unprotected 60 Years After Malcolm X Speech." Let me tell you something. Okay. First of all I got to say is y'all got Carly Russelled.
Yeah, you did.
Y'all got Carly Russelled again and quickly. Okay. You guys didn't learn a damn thing. Now I'll be honest with you before I talk about this story. It seemed believable in the beginning only because she was like going live from the scene and there were dudes in the background talking and she had this big old bump on her face. But the first thing I thought was, okay, you got hit by a brick and all you have is a bump. Like I would have expected a lot more than that because like a brick is a pretty heavy duty object and I was looking for more damage. Yeah. So that was clue number one. My second clue, and this is kind of like a general rule for life, okay? And no shade to Nicolette because she's one of these people that has a voice like this. But when a chick has an overly raspy voice, okay?
I thought it was a dude too. And it had nothing to do with the voice. She just looks manly.
Well, yeah, that too. But like it's a general like feeling that I get that when a girl has like any girl has a raspy voice, she's trouble. She's a liar.
Am I trouble?
No, because you don't have a raspy voice.
I don't?
No, not like this chick did.
Okay.
Not like that. And like Nicolette, like Nicolette's voice is raspy. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like that raspy, but Nicolette's nice. Like she's one of our friends.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not hating on Nicolette. I'm not saying this applies to everybody with a raspy voice, but that's just my conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? Okay. So this is what the article says. After a Black woman in Houston says she was hit with a brick for refusing to give a man her number, a viral video of her feeling unprotected has attracted mixed reviews from Black men about the role they play or don't play in protecting Black women. She states, literally, now, that was your third clue. The fact that she said literally. Trouble. Okay. Literally, a man asked for my number. I said no. He picked up a brick in front of so many men and hit her with it. A woman named Ro Bache, also known as Rhoda, said from the hospital room in a video that has now gone viral on TikTok. She's a single mother, a Somalian immigrant, and graduate student at Columbia School of Journalism. Qualifications here to be a scammer. So yeah, that's her right there. Eating watermelon.
How fitting.
You got a picture of her with the bump on her face?
I do. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
You got lots of stuff you just sent through the chat.
Yeah, do you want me to show this right away? Because it's not just her with the bump on her face. It's the part that goes with it.
Oh no, show it all.
Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah, let's share it all.
So this is her in 2023, and this is her in 2020, pulling the same stunt. Just she did this in the first one though. She said, "Look at my cheek. Look, they hit me because I'm a doctor." Swear to God, this is what she said in the first video. They hit her because they were hating on her due to her being a medical student. Can't make this shit up. I posted it.
Oh Lord. So she was a medical student too?
In 2020, she was a medical student.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
And she has the same gripe of men hating on her simply because she's her. Except for this time, she got hated on because she said no. Now, you mentioned the voice, hey, which is A-okay. But when I went to her TikTok, okay, I said, this is a man. You are a boy, Damon. I thought this was a dude.
Yeah.
So I didn't believe it from jump. But
yeah,
she's just a scammer.
She sure is. And you know what? I was looking at her and I was like, first of all, you don't look that good for a guy to be that upset that you turned him down.
That's what I was saying. Like, what man is going to brick you in the face because you said no? Like, who are you?
Right.
Not to say that a man would brick an attractive woman in the face, because I honestly think it's a very far-fetched story. I don't think a man would ever do anything like this. That's just me, though.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Well, apparently nobody knows anything because her GoFundMe page raised $40,000, probably more since it was last posted. But it looks like the owner of the establishment where this incident occurred looked at the footage and saw no evidence of her actually getting hit. She also did not file a police report. Several people who worked in the medical field have stated her injuries are consistent with someone having an allergic reaction to something. This truly was intriguing, but this woman played social media Totally played them. You know, this is the problem. And there's lots of people making TikTok videos. What does that say? She came in to get this.
This is a nurse who actually treated her.
Oh.
And this guy is actually credible. I made sure he was credible. He didn't make this up. This was from the nurse who actually treated her. I don't know if you can read it. It might be a little blurry. Can you read it or do you want me to?
No, I'll read it.
Okay.
He said, yes, she claimed to get the saline extracted from the side of her face. She claimed it was a botched beauty treatment. That's definitely our med check, not the hospital. She must have filmed that little clip while waiting on the nurse after asking her to put the gown on. Yeah. So she also, there was another TikToker that showed like evidence of her like discharge papers that showed she had like gone to the, you know, when I looked at the discharge papers, I was like, okay, it didn't say anything. I mean, yeah, they were her discharge papers, but like this guy said, she could have been in there for anything and been like, ooh, I'm about to use this as an opportunity, which is what she did. And, you know, here's the thing about it is I'm sick and tired because, man, there was a newscast, and I got to show you this one, Soonie, because these people are such fools. And it's funny because like nobody comes back out to say, oh, we were wrong. All this stuff we spewed about, we got to protect Black women. You know, they never retract these statements that they make. So I'm going to show this. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to show this video of this interview that I saw that I thought was quite hilarious. And if I can find it. Hold on one second. My stuff is kind of slow right now. Where did it go? Okay, I think this is it. Hold on, guys. Let me pull this back up. Sorry, my computer is low. I don't know what's wrong. Every time I get on this live now,
probably just need to run an update.
Okay. Hold on one second. It won't pause.
Boomer.
No, it's my computer.
Where is everyone at? There's only 2 people commenting, literally. This is so weird.
Yeah, you know what? It's been weird the past couple of days.
Like DLC is live.
Yeah, that's been kind of weird these past couple of days. You guys need to like this video, comment, because our algorithm is screwed up. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. And this was like from a Fox 26 newscast, but they brought these 3 women on. One of them, I don't know about this hair girl. Like, I'm just like, most likely your processor that needs an upgrade. Soonie, tell this person who they talking to. I don't speak Chinese. Listen, I don't know what a processor is, and I don't know how to do an upgrade, but you know, we'll figure it out. Okay. All right, guys. So this is a news channel, Fox 26, who did like a little panel on this incident. And this was their commentary from these 3 women on this. And of course, they have not retracted this since. But this is the type of rhetoric that comes out of these situations. Now, I'm not saying that all these situations are a hoax, but the problem is the more we have this type of situation, the more we have the Carly Russell type situations, the more we have Amber Heard situations, right? Where she went and lied on the stand about Johnny Depp abusing her. We're going to have situations of women being believed less and less and less and less and less, okay? Which is only going to further prove what me and Soonie always say is you cannot believe all women, because women can be manipulative and desperate for attention, and this is what happened. So here are these women talking about this situation.
Lemon, along with pastor and journalist Dr. Ruth.
Look at this hair, Soonie. Look at this hair.
When you guys see that,
Extra for no reason.
she's saying there were a group of men standing around, probably on their damn cell phones, looking to get the shot instead of trying to protect a woman. Your thoughts on this?
I feel like black women are not being protected these days. I mean, but then I don't know if you watch social media, but then there are a lot of women on here who are saying, well, I don't need a man and I don't need this and I don't need that. So we kind of have to take accountability. If we're out here saying that, then are the men going to protect us? But I thought that chivalry is, I guess, is dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
And buried. Latoya, your thoughts about this? Number one, first of all, someone hitting her with a brick because she refused to give their number if all the facts are correct.
Absolutely. So I understand rejection is hard, right? But my real issue here, of course, I don't condone any violence and I don't like it. But the men that stood around and watched, people are no longer getting any type of help in situations that they need help in. People are not being decent. People are making everything a joke, everything a moment to go viral. And this could have been, this is this lady's health. You know, this could have went even worse.
First of all, she used this moment to go viral. You know what I mean?
Nobody else posted but her.
Exactly. Anyways, I'm not going to keep playing this, but is somebody going to apologize to the men that they accused and, said that they stood around and did nothing? Like, is somebody going to retract? Because if you go on Google and you try to look up retractions about this story or people talking about how this was a hoax, now, mind you, this lady hasn't admitted that it was a hoax, okay? But people have now figured it out. The internet sleuths have figured it out. And there's plenty of evidence. Like, it's not something that we're like going, oh, this is hearsay. Nobody's coming and saying, this is a shame. Not like, remember when they did with Carly Russell, people came out and said, you made us look like a fool. Somebody should do the same thing with this woman. There needs to be some type of legal recourse for this, for lying, for collecting money from people for something that did not happen. It's ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. So anyways, I don't know what else Soonie wanted to talk about. I apologize, guys. She keeps dropping off, but she's got the baby that she's taking care of. So we'll let her comment about that when she gets back. Let me just pull up some of the comments here. I don't know what is going on with our stream. It seems to be getting shadow banned pretty heavily because we usually have a lot more people than this. Honestly, they are built that way because of manipulation of culture. Honestly, they are built that way because of the manipulation of culture. What are you talking about? Women? Or are you talking about Somalian women? It's hard to hear. That must have just been the recording. As far as chivalry, I've seen day-to-day people have become nicer and more considerate of each other, unless we were talking about people that just don't care. I've always been a really nice person, so it's rare that I run into mean people. But I have to say I disagree with you. I have not seen people become nicer and more considerate. It's quite the opposite. I have seen people become more despondent and unaware of their surroundings, and less likely to reach out and help people. I've personally seen that myself, and that's just been my experience. I don't know if anybody else agrees with this comment or disagrees. This is the first you've heard about it. Yeah, it's been all over the news. I've got notifications. I put push notifications. I've got no notifications. Yeah, they're definitely shadow banning our channel. I can tell because we only have 12 people watching. Very, very different from what we normally have.
Yeah, this is weird.
It is really weird. I can't
It's only 4 people here.
We have like 12 total watching this on my end, I can see.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Soon he's got the chipmunks playing in the background. So yeah, anyways, if you guys can please make sure to keep commenting and liking the video, it's going to help us a lot because something is definitely going on. Let me just check the health of the channel really quick. I hate to keep stopping, but this is very, very odd. Yeah, it says we have a good connection. So I don't know. It's probably on YouTube side. Not sure. Anyways, guys. So that's all that we have on that lady, but we wanted to provide an update on that. You want to comment since you've been in and out? I'm sorry.
Sure. What am I commenting on?
On the woman, did you have any other?
No, besides she's a liar, and that Fox Soul interview proves that feelings dictate a lot of Black people's minds into having a full-blown discussion as if this woman was actually hit. They're discussing as if it actually happened, and then they couple it with, well, if all the facts are correct, then why have all these emotionally charged women up here charging other emotional women watching, getting them all upset for something that didn't even fucking happen in the first place? Like, it didn't happen. She injected herself with saline, bro.
Yeah.
They were calling her the Somali Carly Russell. I agree. The Somali and Carly Russell. This is why you don't trust Africans. I don't care. I've said it several times. Nigerians, Ethiopians, a lot of these MFers are scammers, bro. Leave them alone.
Yeah. You know what? And I'm going to take it far beyond Somalians and Africans. You know, all these, I was saying when you were gone, like the Carly Russell, this woman, Amber Heard, right? Even Steven Crowder's wife, which we don't know yet what the truth is there or not, right? But how many examples of toxic lying women do we need to see, of all colors, of all races, from all parts of the world? Do we need to see to understand why Soonie puts up that repeal the 19th very often? Because, well, it's funny that when we do it, it's very serious. Like, I'm sorry, but women are manipulative.
For sure.
They really are.
1000%.
They really are. They're all different degrees, but I mean, hey, I can be a manipulative woman sometimes, you know, like with my emotions, you know, like I don't do it. I think, you know, like, oh, I'm going to manipulate this person, but I know I'm going to get a reaction sometimes, like out of Dave, when I'm like, my eyes start to well up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
We're dangerous. That's all I got to say.
Breaking news. Speaking of, that's our sports segment. That's actually all I was going to bring up, is that one of the greats in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers, messed up his Achilles. And that is like one of the worst injuries to recover from when you're an athlete. It sucks. So let's hope that Green Bay has a crappy season so we can make way for the Panthers. I just wanted to say that.
I saw that Shannon Sharp was saying, oh, they're going to bring in Tom Brady. And I was like, why would you bring in an old person to fill in for another old person? You know
First
what I mean?
of all, this is why you can't talk football.
Well, I'm just repeating what Shannon Sharp said.
Tom Brady is an elite quarterback. It doesn't matter how old he is. His precision, his accuracy is on point. So if they did acquire Tom Brady, it would be a W for them, not some old dude. Shannon Sharp is old as fuck too, and you're a Hall of Famer. I'm not going to disrespect him, but who do you get off on calling somebody old? How old are you, sir? How old are you, sir?
Well,
you are.
No.
He's younger than you.
Shannon Sharp didn't call him old. I said him old. No, I said that. I was like, why would you bring in somebody old when there's lots of young, eager quarterbacks? Now, granted, who's the quarterback that's there now that took for the Jets that's now stepping in for what's his name with the headband, the blonde kid. Anyway, somebody in the comments will say it. You know, he's not bad. I've been watching the Jets training camp. Surprisingly, he's not bad. But I feel like he's trying to really step into being Aaron Rodgers and not be his own person.
Who's trying to step into being Aaron Rodgers?
The quarterback that's there now. Somebody can tell me what his name is. Zach Wilson. There you go.
He does.
Yeah.
He looks like an Avenger.
Shannon Sharp looks like an Avenger. Yeah, he kind of does. That's funny.
You look, you and Mo are kindred spirits.
Listen.
She called Tom Brady old. Wow. I'm flabbergasted by this.
He is old. He's old, Soonie. Like, I'm just saying. Anyways, Zach Wilson is a young little whippersnapper. Like, let him get in there. Like, there's lots of young dudes eager to
You
play.
won't even let young people in the government, but you want to play football?
Because that's a situation where you're young, you're like, you know what I mean?
No.
This
is why women shouldn't participate in sports commentary either. It's really cringe how many females are on ESPN. I bet you be watching them, don't you?
Me?
They be breaking it down to your level. All these female sports commentators.
No, not at all. I like watching the guys. Listen, I like watching the guys. Okay, so speaking of
the eat to the, I
love it, dude. I love Soonie's little side ponytail. I love it. You know what else I love? The men of the NFL. Okay, so I was going through my TikTok and I just want to show you guys who is my top pick. I talked about this last week, but Travis Kelce, hot. Okay, he's super hot. So I'm going to go through the TikToks that I've seen and you guys are going to understand why this is Mo's fantasy football picks. Okay, so here we have Travis. Okay.
You know what I'm thinking?
Shut your mouth, baby.
Yeah, look at that. Okay. I'm not going to play the audio because, they're going to get me for that. They're stupid ass Kamala Harris. Don't pay any attention. But, ooh, wee. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. This is Nick Bosa, y'all. Nick Bosa. Okay. I may have to be a fan of several teams that look at Soonie is not even looking. I'm gonna have to be a fan of several teams this year. Okay, this is Trey Lance. Look at that. Oh, look at that little cutie. And last but not least, woo, we have Chase Claypool with the Bears. Look at this. Look at that. He cute. Soonie is hating me right now. But that's what it is. So yeah, that's Mo's fantasy football picks for this season. Oh, and not pictured here was the coach of the Jets. Don't remember his name, but I love him because his body looks like the mannequins at the Nike store. Super cute, super in shape.
Are we done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What? Colin Kaepernick trying to get on the Jets? What? Hell no.
Can you spell Kaepernick right? That's bothering me. You literally spelled it how it sounds. And that's such, you are black. I know you black. Kaepernick.
Wait, when you said this, you wake up to me talking about hot football players. Is that what you meant?
I've got an athlete in my bed every night. I don't need to look at football.
Come on. Listen. Listen. I don't care what's in your
Do you want me to take a picture of my husband without a shirt on?
Oh, you know what? Wait, I forgot a few other people. No, I don't want to see your picture with your husband with no shirt on.
That's what I'm saying. I wake up to this.
Oh, you wake up to this. Okay.
Yeah.
This one, Jimmy Garoppolo. I've always been a fan. Hottie. Y'all, look at this one. Jalen Hurts. Ooh, hurt me. Okay. Hurt me. Anyways, y'all, I'm too much. All light-skinned or white guys. First of all, you out of all people over here with the colorism said, I like just good-looking men. It's not about the color because I have, an array of tastes. It's not about the color. It's about the body. The body. Gorgeous face, of course, but the body. Anyways. All right. What does Michelle say? This is why I got into football, the gorgeous men. Another reason women shouldn't have the right to vote. I'm actually trying to make a concerted effort into getting into actual football. Like I told you guys last week, I am watching, what's the show? Dang, I just forgot about it. It's the Jets training camp. It's on Hulu. I forgot what the name of the show is already, but I watched the first season, which was the Arizona Cardinals, and now they're doing the Jets. And it is really, really good. It's really good. It's helping me to get into football. I watched every single game this weekend, and on Monday, I watched the Monday football games, and I'm going to be watching on Sunday. And you know what, ladies? The Jets are going to be staying at my daughter's. My daughter works at the Ritz-Carlton. The Jets are going to be staying there. I'm going to be all over that. Don't you worry. Hard Knocks. That's what it is. I love Hard Knocks. So good. So good. You back? I'm done.
For now.
I'm done.
I didn't leave because of that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I go in there and she's just like
googly eyes.
Like, what are you doing?
She's like, hi. Just wanted to get you over here. Anyways.
What's our next subject? I'm following you because I keep having to step away.
Okay. Let's talk about 9/11.
9/11, moment of silence, by the way, for the victims and the families and the first responders and military members that lost their lives in a 20-year war. 20 years.
Yes. 22 years. Oh, the 20-year war. But yeah, it's 22 years. I can't believe it's been that many years.
It's been a minute.
How old were you when that happened?
11.
Wow. And do you remember where you were and what you were doing?
I was in 3rd grade and we were watching. Crazy thing about it is we were already watching the news. Don't know why we were watching the news, but we were already watching the news in class. And I just remember them sending everyone home. Like school shut down for the day, and then we didn't go back. We didn't go back to school for at least a week.
Oh, wow.
When that happened. And then my family's military. So my sister served in 2 tours over in Kuwait. One of my big cousins served over in Afghanistan. So it was very personal to us. And it was a very just like hard time. My family was actually living in New York City. My aunt was supposed to be at the Twin Towers because she was going to get a job. But and we couldn't find her. So this, for me, this is like a very fresh memory. I remember a lot about that entire day. Crazy. I'm 32 and I can still recollect, but I'm sure a lot of Americans can do that where they can remember exactly where they were when this happened.
Yeah, it was crazy because a lot of people were kind of like, we're posting like, where were you? Share. I was living in California and I was 8 months pregnant with Gabby at the time. And I was getting in my car to go to work and Dave came out and he was like, did you see what happened? And I was like, no, what happened? And he's like, get out of the car and come inside. And I go inside and I remember it like so vividly, just like looking on the screen and they were like replaying the plane hitting the first tower. So it was like before the actual the first tower fell. And I remember we just stood there, just like standing, looking at the TV. And when we saw the second plane hit and then the tower come down, it was like, wow. Like the first plane hitting it, I remember like my first reaction was like, oh, that must have been like a air traffic control error, like that was weird. But then when the minute you saw that second plane come, you were like, this is not an accident. Like this is an attack. And then to see, the plane hit the Pentagon, which obviously a lot of people don't think happened. The plane that hit the field was crazy, and very, very emotional. My dad, who at the time was in the agency, but he was stationed in another country, said that they also could not believe what they were seeing. And my dad at the time was running a drug trafficking unit. And he said immediately when this happened, they shut down all drug trafficking units and everything was counterterrorism. Everything was counterterrorism. And he's like, it's crazy because now it's the opposite. There's hardly any counterterrorism units and there's a lot of drug trafficking units. But he's like, it was wild for them as well. So yeah. Anyways,
it's crazy that you say that because I just watched this documentary on Netflix. It's called Spy Ops. Mm-hmm. You guys should watch it. It's not named Spy Ops for no reason. Like it's just, I don't believe in coincidences, but the very first episode is about 9/11 and the team that actually went in to kill, I think it's bin Laden when this whole thing happened. Mm-hmm. But everyone's account of that day is just off. Now, of course, you can't speak too much about that on here because YouTube will smack you with will smack our channel. I'm sorry, but you should go watch the first episode. I watched the first episode, and this is honestly how I do a lot of my research, historical research, because they sprinkle in a little truth and then they sprinkle in a bunch of lies. And this is where you being able to recall what you've learned and what you know to be true to find the truth. And you really get to see what they were doing over there, why they were there, and how this whole thing comes to be. I'm sorry. So go check it out. Please go watch it. You can just watch the first episode. You don't even have to watch the rest of it.
Yeah. I wanted to highlight Michelle's comment. She said, when you listen to the audio of people calling their loved ones to leave final messages, my heart breaks a million times. I actually made my post about that. You know, a lot of people will post about it being not what it was and steal this and all these other facts. And what's said is also saying is correct, that, you know, regardless of all the theories about what happened and why it happened, a lot of people did lose their lives. And, you know, the slogan of "we will never forget" that came from 9/11 is so sad now, because I feel like we have forgotten. I feel like we have totally forgotten what that day did to all of us and like how it made everybody feel. And the messages is what I was really focusing in on yesterday when I was like remembering, was going back and listening to the messages that people were leaving, whether they were on the planes or whether they were in the towers, or wherever they were. You know, you didn't hear one message that said anything but, I want you to know how much I love you. I want you to know I've always loved you. I want you to know how much you've meant to me. Like it's pretty amazing what goes through people's heads when they know that it is the end and they have an opportunity to tell people how they feel. And I was thinking about it because I was like, if this were to have happened today, people would be going live on their phones and trying to get a viral moment. And I think they would totally miss the fact that this could be the end for them. And they wouldn't make those phone calls, right? I think the last memory that people would have of some of these folks, if this were to have happened today, would have been an Instagram live or a TikTok or a post, which is really, really sad. It's really, really sad. And I said yesterday in my post, I said, if you don't have someone that you would call and say, I love you to, or even vice versa, people that would call you, because one of the shows I was watching was talking about all the voicemails that the parents had to go through after these people died, of friends calling them saying, hey, I know you're in the towers, or hey, I know you left today on a plane. Like, I just want to know you're okay. You know, like, if you don't have people that even have your phone number to call you and check on you to make sure you're okay, or to say, I love you, you need to get off the internet and you need to work on making real connections with people, because in the end, that's what matters, not the connections that you only have with people when you hit a live button or when you post a video. You need to work on real connections. And that's really what 9/11 has always been about me, was remembering how important life and love and connections are with the people that matter to us. So that was my takeaway. Jonathan said they barely finished wrapping up the Catholic priest child sex scandals and 9/11 happened. I agree with you. Said people went to work and thought they'd go home to their families. A horrible loss of life and a horrible way to go. Said it's the last time I can remember that our entire country had seemed all together. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, we have totally forgotten how we were the day after 9/11. And if you were super young when it happened, you probably don't remember it the way some of us who are a little bit older remember it, but it was the most incredible emotional thing. Like, you literally felt the unity of the country. Like, you would go out into the streets and you really felt like everybody was just together. Like, we had all suffered this tragedy together, So it was crazy, and it's sad that it may have to take another situation like that to bring us together again. I don't know. So, the internet was still new for the public in 2001. Yeah, I don't even remember the internet being anything of importance back then. That's why I've always told my family to please call if they want to talk instead of always texting. Same, Judy. My general rule, and anybody who messages with me, is I don't do messaging. As far as like conversations go. So if you want to have a conversation with me, you need to pick up the phone and call me. But like past 3 messages, unless there's a reason to be texting, like one of us is unable to get on the phone, I get very annoyed with texting. Like, I need people to call me and pick up the phone and talk to me. So yeah. Very, very uniting. But some crazy stuff happened. So, Vice President Kamala Harris was slammed for comparing the Capitol riots on J6 to 9/11 and the Pearl Harbor attacks, which was insane. It was insane.
That just did happen a year ago. But I think we should always remember, we should keep up with what 9/11 was started with, which is we'll never forget. You should never forget when a sitting vice president uses a tragic moment to fuel a narrative that never was. You shouldn't forget stuff like that. That's why I'm bringing it up again, and I'll play it. I think everyone should play this moment over and over and over, because this woman should be nowhere near the White House. So never forget that the vice president of the United States compared your family members dying for absolutely nothing, fighting in countless wars for nothing, by the way, to January 6th. Just remember this.
Certain dates echo throughout history, including dates that instantly remind all who have lived through them where they were and what they were doing when our democracy came under assault. Dates that occupy not only a place on our calendars, but a place in our collective memory. December 7th, 1941, September 11th, 2001, and January 6th, 2021. On that day, I was not only Vice President-elect, I was also a United States Senator. And I was here at the Capitol that morning at a classified hearing with fellow members of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Hours later, the gates of the Capitol were breached. I had left, but my thoughts immediately turned not only to my colleagues, but to my staff, who had been forced to seek refuge in our office, converting filing cabinets into barricades. What the extremists who roamed these halls targeted was not only the lives of elected leaders. What they sought to degrade and destroy was not only a building, hallowed as it is. What they were assaulting were the institutions, the values, the ideals that generations of Americans
Say democracy. Fuck. You want to say democracy, so just say democracy. You're comparing January 6th to 9/11, bro. 9/11. You should never forget that. Nothing is comparable to that day. I was 11 years old. I don't remember anything else at 11. I couldn't tell you. I know what I had on that day. I remember sitting in my living room with my family watching the TV screen and looking at my mother freak out crying because she can't find my aunt because the phone lines were jammed. You couldn't make calls anywhere. I don't remember January 6th except waking up and seeing a bunch of wild banshees running around. I don't remember nothing else after that. I can't tell you the conversation I had with my husband. I can't even tell you if I talked to Mo that day.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I don't know.
You're right. You're right. Nobody can. Nobody can. I can guarantee you nobody can. To put it in perspective, okay, Pearl Harbor, 2,403 sailors, soldiers, and civilians were killed. 9/11, 2,977 Americans and others were killed. Okay. January 6th, one person.
And they didn't even die because of January 6th. They
No, that
died
was
due to
Ashley
health
Babbitt.
issues.
No, Ashley.
Oh, you're talking about
Ba-
Ashley Babbitt?
Yeah, the other two don't count as a death because of January 6th. Those people died of health issues,
fair.
like you said. Ashley Babbitt was probably the only actual
Fatality.
casualty, fatality, whatever.
Yeah.
One. So how are you going to compare it just on that alone? But then to add on with what you said, it's not memorable.
It's not. It's not. And then to add on to it, you don't say anything about the American people. You say the politicians' lives were under threat.
Mm-hmm.
On 9/11, every American was under threat, dude. What
Yeah.
are you talking about? Forget these politicians. Honestly, they don't give a crap about you and I here.
That's
You
right.
can see that every time they speak on TV. She said nothing about the American people. She talked
Mhm.
about her colleagues and all the politicians that sat in that office. And I'm going to say it, I don't care. They absolutely betrayed every single American. They did.
Yep.
Whether you agree with it or not, they sat in there and betrayed every single American who asked for the election, not only to just be redone, but to check, make sure this is actually accurate. We can hold up a couple days. Y'all voting for a couple days. You're counting for extra days. Why can't you make sure the election was fair and square?
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened that day. And that's what Americans will remember. The fact that our politicians, our representatives gave us a big fuck you and did what they wanted because they were afraid of the backlash and the pushback of the unknown, because this will be the first time this has ever happened in American history. I'm gonna stay firm on that. And fuck Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
She's
And
disgusting.
I hope people heard exactly what she did, because she basically put the lives of politicians, like what Soonie said, they could give a shit about you and I, okay? And they made it about them. She made it about politicians having to hide under their desks. No politicians died. And I hope the American people heard her compare that, okay, to mothers losing fathers of their children losing their fathers, grandfathers, mothers, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, for no reason. These people weren't in an insurrection. They were going to work. They were getting on a plane to go travel to wherever they needed to travel, and they died. Probably because of what some stupid politicians did or said, okay? That's why they died. How dare she? How dare she make it about them? How dare she? And I really, really hope that people heard what she said. I hope they heard the quiet part, okay? Because if you didn't hear it, I swear, people, if we allow these bumbling idiots, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, to spend another day in office, in power, that they do not need to be there, we are idiots. How many times do they have to tell us they don't give a shit about us?
Yep.
How many times? But no, you guys want to be swayed by all the nice things that they do, all the nice words that they say, the equality and, fair treatment. And you guys want to be emotionally manipulated. But you don't want to hear the facts that are coming out of their mouth. They don't care.
Thank you, Jonathan. The only way you can make these two comparables is that they're inside jobs. Like, that's it.
Right.
You want to compare some shit? Just okay. We could compare them. They were both inside jobs. The CIA, which you will find out when you watch the Spy Ops. The CIA had every. They knew. There were two specific people. I'm not going to give it away, but there are two specific people that they bring up in the days leading up to 9/11. They freaking knew. Whether they knew it was going to be New York or not is debatable, but they do.
Yeah. And I want to expand on that. I've talked about this a little bit on the show before, but what Soonie is saying, and I can tell you because my father worked in the CIA. And he's told me, okay, they knew that something was going to happen. How, when, what, they did not know exactly, but they knew something was going to happen. Because something's always being talked about. Just know that something's always being talked about. But what you do need to understand is how it works, right? So even though the CIA operatives that get this intel and, run it up the chain, it doesn't just work like, oh, hey, by the way, like I'm a CIA person. And by the way, Soonie, I know that there's about to be a terrorist attack on September 11th. And there's going to be a plane going into a building. It doesn't work that way. What happens is I, the spy, go get the information. I send it up through a cable along with 50 other reports that I've written, and all the other people that are doing the same job that I'm doing all around the world are doing the same thing. And overnight, while you and I sleep, there's analysts that determine what is going to go to the top and what is not going to go to the top. And the people that are in charge, like the generals, the president, all those people that get these reports, they don't get every single piece of intel, but what they do get is molded specifically for them.
Yes.
So there's a lot of moving parts to why nothing was done, but Soonie's right. We knew.
Just like Nancy Pelosi knew about what the FBI and the CIA knew regarding January 6th. But I digress because what do I know? I'm just a little peon on this planet.
Yeah. She compared it just to throw that jab to Trump, his supporters, and Republican Party because of Trump's indictment on January 6th in the general election. It's all about them and staying in power. They knew.
I think to close this out, we should play videos to really hammer in what a VP compared 9/11 to. No one's ever going to forget this day, but that bothers me as an American citizen to hear this woman get up there and just insult so many people who died, like literally died due to hatred for this country. Hatred.
That's just crazy.
That should make everyone mad. It makes me mad. It kind of makes me speechless. Like, this is where we are in our country. Sit up and waste tax dollars fueling narratives. It's crazy. Did you see someone had I'm sorry, go ahead.
What it makes me think about is, how people will be like, oh, we're going to rise up and da 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 da. Look at those videos that Soonie just played. And nobody did anything after that. Nobody rose up after that.
No.
So that's why when I hear people talk a big game about how they're going to do this and do that, and I die on this hill and blah, 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 blah. And, I'm like, are you really going to do anything?
Oh no, she froze. Come back.
To not wake anybody up to anything.
Put it in our group chat, Jax. No, I agree with you. I think there were several things that have happened in our history in this country that should have caused an uprising, starting with COVID. We're not going to talk about it the way everyone else is, but since we're on the topic of uprisings, no one fought. When it comes to our kids, no one's fighting. It's like an up in the air battle. People pick it up when it can give them a viral moment, when it's not like that in real life. When you are, and I know this from experience, when you're fighting the school board and you're fighting for your voice to be heard, it's a long, drawn out process. And it's actually stressful because your kids still have to exist in these schools. So no, people aren't rising up. People aren't doing much of anything. People are waiting for Trump to come back and fix things. And all these politicians are going to step in and fix things. And we'll go back to the regular scheduled program.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, it sounds pretty pessimistic, but to me, it's a reality that we all need to face.
Yeah. Makes me sad.
It makes you sad? It makes me happy.
No, it makes me sad because there were so many good, and I'm not going to say men and women, because strong men is what this country was made of. Not to say that women didn't do anything. We played our part, obviously, but it makes me sad because I feel like there's that type of man that's going to be that fighter, that's going to be that, that savior doesn't exist anymore. It really doesn't.
I think he
exists, far few.
But it's far few.
Yeah.
I think those people exist, but I think they're far and few and in between, and they're smart because they understand the landscape of the battlefield now. It's not a physical civil war.
Spiritual.
Now, it is. It's more of a spiritual war. It's a war for your mind more than anything. That's why they do these things. That's why Kamala Harris sat up on TV and decided to say what she said. That's why they do 90% of what they do, because they know they can mentally manipulate you. I call it mental masturbation, but it's a different landscape.
Yeah.
There's going to be a fight. There will be, but it won't be in ways that I think a lot of people on the right are envisioning it. To me, the first step in that fight was the GameStop stock. That was the first step. You show the government, I can compete just like you do. I can do insider trading just like you do. They don't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah.
Now they're finding ways to tap into crypto so they can federalize that. Now they're coming out with the Fed coin. So the fight will be different. I think the fight is in the pockets and in the minds, and you have to get rich millionaires to put dollars behind your voice, become lobbyists, do what you need to do, run locally, but at least do something.
Yeah.
Do something.
Gosh.
Want to talk about something funny?
Yes, please. I need laughter.
You need laughter?
Make me laugh.
You ready? Drum roll. Drum roll. I can't do it. Democrat Democrat candidate posts
Oh Lord, I
sex
saw this.
act with husband online while soliciting tips.
Listen, I saw this and I was like, is this a joke? No, it's not a joke. I saw the still image from the video.
I don't want to see the still image, but I'm glad you saw it because I was going to ask you if it popped up anywhere. But a Virginia Democratic candidate running for the Commonwealth's House of Delegates is accused of performing sex acts with her husband while in front of an online audience, encouraging viewers to send them tip money. So this leads me to believe that she was on some sort of sex website where people can watch what you do and then you get tips for doing these sexual acts. The videos are no longer available to be viewed on Recurbate.
What is it called?
Recurbate.
Oh Lord.
As of this weekend. Now, why you take this lady's videos down? Is it because she's a Democrat candidate? Why couldn't you leave this up? But you know what? The internet is undefeated, and somebody somewhere downloaded those videos, which is why the stills exist. But this is her. Look at her. You look like a porn star, don't she?
The still that I have is like the still that I have doesn't show anything bad, but it's like her and her husband's like in the picture. I'll show it after this. It's not bad.
As long as it's not bad. You know my virgin eyes. Please don't desecrate them.
Let me just throw it up really quick so y'all can see and get a visual image. There you go. It's there.
It's not there.
Okay. You don't see it?
No. Praise the Lord. See, God be looking out. I don't see nothing. My screen is blank.
I see it.
Oh, now I see it. God damn. What?
Oh man. He's like
Well,
there you go.
That was funny. A Democrat got caught doing some very liberal things. She's not going to go to jail for anything. I think she should just not ever run for any sort of political position. I think her time as a candidate should be done. Wait, I want to read a quote. I need like more tokens before I let him do that, Gibson told viewers in one video, referring to performing sexual acts with her husband. So she was like, yeah, go ahead. I'll do this if you pay me. That's the definition of a whore. Like now we're letting whores. We already let the Decepticons in there. We already let the transracial people in there because Kamala ain't black. You got the dementia-ridden people in there, Mitch McConnell and Joe Biden, because Mitch likes to freeze in front of people. You got thieves in there. You got CPs in there. Now you want to add whores? Our government is a joke.
It is a joke, but you know what? Let me just take a page out of Holly's book and let's just be positive about this. Number one, at least it was her husband, right? Number two, at least he was a man and they're both straight and they're like a husband and wife and whatever. What else positive spin can we put on it? All I'm envisioning is, like how on TikTok you have like the people with like the little hearts and the coins when you read the part where she said, I need more coins to do this. the little the little things going up and up and up. Like, I just can't, like the visual of it. But I'm like, at the end of the day, like, what trash? Okay. That is trashy. That is trashy. Come on, District 57 of Richmond, Virginia. Do better.
Get it together.
Those rich men in Richmond. Damn it.
Oh, guys, you guys have been waiting for us to do this. And I told you as soon as I got information on this, I would talk about it. I found out what lawsuit RFK decided to relinquish to never bring back, right? Without prejudice. I actually found out which one it was, and I found a clip of him talking about it. Now, I'm going to play this because it's safe to play. We won't get flagged for this. Here you go. Don't say I never did nothing nice for you.
I never knew anybody with a peanut allergy. Why do 5 of my 7 kids have allergies? Not one of these 72 vaccines has ever been tested, never been done. In 2016, Donald Trump asked me to serve on a vaccine safety commission, and I agreed to do it. He then ordered Fauci and Collins to meet with me, and during that meeting, there was a referee there from the White House. And I said to Fauci, I gave kind of a lecture showing what we knew. I had a PowerPoint. I said, Tony, can you show me one vaccine that has been subject to a safety test? They had brought in from NIH this big tray full of file folders. And he made a show of kind of looking through that at the time. He couldn't find whatever he was looking for. So then he said, he'll send it to you. Well, he never did. So Aaron and I sued him and said, show us one study that's ever been done on pre-licensing safety testing for vaccines. And after a year of stonewalling, they finally gave us a letter and said, we don't have any.
There you go.
Thank God.
We sued Fauci. I knew it was going to happen. Listen, Fauci could answer his question, bottom line, about the jabs, and he decided to go sue him. And because he didn't have anything to give back, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? He finally gave him a letter saying we have no evidence of any pre-licensed safety testing on a jibby jab.
Fauci gave him that, or he gave Fauci that?
Fauci gave him that in response to his lawsuit.
And so then he just threw it out because he's like, this is what I wanted to get from you, was like an admittal.
There you go. Thanks for admitting it.
What we already knew. Like, you needed to go through all that. Like, you could have just came to the internet, folks, and we could have told you that. You didn't need to go through no lawsuit. Golly. Come on.
I know it was a big nothing burger.
Listen.
I know we were all like, what why'd you get rid of this? Well, come on.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should take that guy serious, though.
I was, what is it, admittal? Isn't it like admitting? Did
That's
I make
not a
that
word
up? Okay, well, it is
did.
now. It is now. I tried to watch that entire interview of him on Joe Rogan, and I just couldn't do it. And then he was on the Breakfast Club, and I couldn't do it.
I didn't even hear her say that. Where was I?
What? When I said, admission. That's what it is.
Admission.
Admittal, admission, tomato.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, Holly. Come on.
Okay.
Dude, I listen, first of all, the dictionary by Mo, I'm feeling Soonie's braid length. Okay. I like your long braids. Please, in the chat, if you want Soonie to stay with the braids.
It's killing me.
If you want her to stay with the braids, put a 1 in the chat, because it agree with me, by the way, if you agree with me that Soonie has this edge when she's got her braids on that I like love. Look at that.
Oh, that felt so good.
I bet.
Feels good. That like instantly took my headache away. I was getting a headache.
Are you still, is your head still tight from the braiding?
No, it's just when you braid it to the scalp.
Yeah.
It's still like that small hair that's attached that you can't quite pull yet. So I'm waiting for it to grow out some more. So
to loosen up.
Yeah.
So you could just yank it a little bit. Oh, that's like the best feeling when you finally do that. You're like, it like releases the tension headache.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Whew, that felt good.
Holly wants you to keep the braids. Judy wants you to keep the braids.
A lot of people do. I'm like, damn, am I ugly without them? What the fuck?
No, you're not ugly. I'm just saying, like, you're a whole new vibe. Like, I like braid hair Soonie the best.
Well, these braids are going to be in for a while because I need my hair to get longer before I come home.
Look at my hairstylist says it looks good, but it's going to kill your hair. That's my hairstylist. First of all, Gabby, you couldn't braid my hair. You had to send me down the way to the black hairstylist to get my hair braided. She was like, I can't do braids like that. And I was like,
it does not kill your hair.
No, it's protective.
That is not true. My hair grows. My hair has grown tremendously since I've been putting braids in it. I'm not white. I'm black. My hair does other things.
She black.
When it's braided. Now you'll see when my hair, and probably in November, you'll see how long my hair is. This will be probably out here by the time I take these out.
Yeah. And you do have really nice, healthy hair. Because like when you have your natural hair and straighten it, I'm always like, dang, dude, Soonie, you got nice hair.
Your
Not like
it's gonna fall your hair out. What?
No,
it's gonna fall out your hair, huh?
She's a great hairdresser, but you don't know black hair. You don't know black hair. You don't know black hair, Gabriella.
Look at you telling me to ask the experts. What them doctors gonna tell me about my hair? I've been doing this hair for 32 years.
You got to find a black doctor to tell
braids
you.
Ain't never made my hair come out. Now your hair will come out if someone braids it too tight.
Yeah.
Yes. But I still got my edges. They ain't went nowhere.
I got my edges. Look at these edges. Ooh, these edges are fierce, girl.
Joke. Please, can we talk about another joke?
Please.
It's just I don't understand. Let me ask you first.
Okay.
When you hear about impeachment, how do you feel? Honestly. Like, give me a raw, uncut. You want to go to sleep?
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. This would have intrigued me in 2019 when it all came out. I don't know how long a lot of you have been watching me, but if you go all the way back in time on my YouTube, you will find an episode called Quid Pro Joe. No BS. I did this entire show where I played the leaked audio clips that came from the Ukrainian government when they did their own investigation, had an entire press conference where Biden admits to quid pro quo. He didn't hide it. The president at the time was Poroshenko. They had an issue with the prosecutor who was in office at that time. Joe Biden says, you get rid of the prosecutor, I'll give you this. The prosecutor was gone. Joe Biden gave them billions in loans. He also admitted it on a stage in front of how many people? These clips are old. Now, why do you think Republicans are going forth with this impeachment using the same regurgitated evidence?
Oh,
do you think this is for show, or do you really think that these people are trying to?
Absolutely. Okay. Because number one, like Holly was saying, well, that's the number one, but that's one of them. What are we going to get out of an impeachment of Joe Biden? Kamala Harris, y'all. That's what we're going to get. So trust me, I ain't excited. Okay. This is a very lackluster impeachment. Number one. Number two, they have had all the evidence they need for years. Okay, to impeach Joe Biden. Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced articles of impeachment months ago and nobody did anything. Okay, so that's why I said at the beginning of the show, wake me up when something happens, because this is just for show. This is just to get people going, oh yeah, like look at McCarthy. Let me tell you something. This is going to backfire against McCarthy, because if he actually doesn't get impeached, I'm sorry, but McCarthy is done. You better make this happen, my boy. I hope something does happen, but I don't think it will happen. And I'm in no rush to get Kamala in there, to tell you the truth. I'm in no rush to get her in there. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you know what? I was watching the Candace Owens show, Soonie, and she was talking about the Barack Obama, interview with the guy that did coke with him and gave him a blowjob. And she made a good point, and she was just like, the people in charge are only interested in keeping people they can control with whatever they know about them and their dirty little secrets, right? In office, because they need somebody that they can puppeteer. And she's 100% right. And that's why they don't want Trump in office, because they can't puppeteer him. He's on his own, he's on his own bullshit. Trump is on his own bullshit, but he can't be controlled by them. Okay. And that's why they don't like it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not excited about this either way. Even if McCarthy were to make this happen, they better introduce some rule that says, if you got to go, the person you brought in here as your VP got to go too. That's what the rule should be, right?
But you know what? No, I'm not even gonna do that because that would be me doing exactly what I despise on the right. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that. I agree with you. It's a big nothing burger.
Yeah.
I don't really see why people care. I came across this interesting video that you might find funny. This is why I don't take it serious. This is probably one of the main reasons why I approach politics the way I do.
There is no evidence, none whatsoever, and I don't care how much they say otherwise. I have looked at it. There is no direct evidence that President Biden was involved in any way, shape, or form in Hunter Biden's business dealings. There is no evidence. No.
Really?
Yes, there is lots of evidence. Read My Son Hunter. The book came out 3 years ago. I've been telling y'all about this book for the longest time. All the evidence that they've been releasing recently has been in that book. P.S. What in the refresh face job happened to Raggedy Ann? She looked like a different person.
She's probably less stressed because she ain't got to tell them goddamn lies all the time.
She's like this. Her face is like this. Like she's got like something going on. I don't know if she's got fillers or Botox.
Isn't that collagen? Isn't that collagen?
It's Botox or fillers. It may be collagen. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what the hell, but what the heck?
She put weight on. Look, there's no evidence. No evidence.
No evidence.
No. The Ukrainian government just came out and lied.
Yeah.
Now, this is way before, what's his name? Man who likes to dance like Beyonce. What the hell is his name? Zelensky. Zelensky was placed in office. Okay.
You said a man that likes to dance like Beyonce.
Come on, man. Dang. I'm glad I could make y'all laugh with this crazy, insane news. That means absolutely nothing. And you know what's crazier is these politicians are going to run on the fact that you get emotionally charged behind these subjects that we've been discussing long before 2019. This coup was staged in 2008. Actually, 2009. It's gone on up until 2014, right before the homo lover left office. Where have you been?
The homo lover.
I'm only 32. I was a teenager reading this stuff, Mo. Can we get real? I'm like 14, 15 reading this stuff. I don't get it. Why are y'all still talking about this? Why? Jesus. You ain't did nothing since I was, actually, I can't say 14. I was 18, bro. 18. I am 32. I don't know. Something's got to give because this is ridiculous.
I'm with you. If y'all think this is really going to happen, take a look at what's his name, the buffoon that like freezes up every time he gets on camera. He's like,
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell. You got Dianne Feinstein. You got crazy Nancy. She's about to run again. See, that's the other thing. She must know that this impeachment ain't gonna go through because she's like, good luck. Okay, I already tried this with Trump. Good luck, but I'll be back because
I'll be back.
I'm gonna be back because this is gonna ruin McCarthy's career. If this impeachment doesn't happen, he's done. Don't you think?
This is what the Democrats are saying.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
Man,
they don't give a. They don't. Damn, Soonie, your ass is old. I'm not old, bro. I am 30 fucking 2, dog. And they
not old. She was in 3rd grade when 9/11 happened. Did you not catch that?
32, bro. I was 18 when this man got in office. I was 24 when this all came to be. I'm 32. Do the math.
We gotta pull up the Zelensky dancing like Beyonce because I don't think a lot of people have seen that. Oh man,
I'm about to be 33. Holy smokes!
Now that's old. See, you're almost in your midlife crisis. All right, for all you guys that haven't seen it, here you go.
Nasty ass. Gay self. Ugh.
It's not playing audio, right?
No, I don't hear any audio.
Yeah, because I purposely left the audio out, but here you go. There you go. Hell no. Y'all, this is who we're sending billions of dollars to every freaking day, it seems. Look at this. Oh, Lord. He should be ashamed of himself.
Bro. All right. This is too much faggotry going on. This is nasty. Dang. This is why we can't have nice things. You know, this is why. I'm 32 and we still talking about Burisma.
Yeah.
And these old farts are like, articles in impeachment. Okay, what you impeaching him for? Well, the illegal funds that him and Hunter Biden have been taking. Okay, where? Right. From where? Burisma. When is you gonna prosecute him? Can you please? You have all the evidence you need. Go back and watch the episode. Go all the way back. Go to Hot Mic. Go all the way back. Type in Quid Pro Joe. Please watch it. Okay? I think I was 28, 29 when I did that damn video. Please go watch it.
You gotta send it to me. You'll have to find it. I want to watch it. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, y'all remember how McCarthy even got into his little position that he's in, okay?
He barely won.
Trump made a phone call and the deal was done. Okay. So you know that part of this is part of the deal that Trump made to get him where he's at. Okay. So Trump said, you're about to be my little whipping boy. You're gonna do my bidding for me. And now's the time for this bullshit. So that's what he's doing.
Yep.
Okay. That's what he's doing. You guys just always keep in mind this is a game. They have said it from the beginning. It's a chess game, right? He's playing chess all the time. This is a chess game.
All the time. See, look. Y'all want to see how... look, bro. Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Oh, you found it already.
I found it.
Put the link in the chat. Put the link in the chat to that video.
Okay, hold up. Wow. You guys are going to hear my old intro.
I want to see. Let's listen to a little bit of this. Hold on. Look at Soonie looking like a delinquent.
This is back when there was nothing here, dude. There's nothing in this office.
Oh, that's crazy. There's your flag in the background.
There's my flag. This is what I used to look like. This is before I had anything set up in here. This is how long ago. I just want y'all to realize this is how effing long they've been talking about this. Damn, bro.
Wow. Your intro music.
The microphone, so
we're not gonna get
everything that they want.
You did.
No, I own this.
Oh, okay,
I bought it off the guy. I own this.
Okay.
Give the people back the microphone so they tell it as it is. Express what you want to say right now.
I think I was. What is up? Facebook, YouTube.
Aww.
Look at me with that corny ass Trump hat on. Whoever else is watching. Hopefully this gets like all over the place. But what's up, guys? Earlier, I told you guys I would be coming live to talk about Joe Biden and his shenanigans, all of his illegal dealing. Sorry, I'm trying to open everything up to where it's public. Sorry. Yeah, this is. Go back and watch it.
How wild! You have the same braids.
I know, right? The exact same braids. You know what this means? It's serendipitous.
Serendipitous.
That's what it is.
The braids.
This just goes into how long I believe I've been ahead of the game with a lot of this shit, bro. Listen, this means a lot to me. Our show, what I do, it means a lot to me. I like actually giving accurate information. And that's what I felt like I was doing with this. But I guess it don't matter because I'm 32 and they still ain't did shit to this old dementia-ridden man or his crackhead ass son. Damn.
I'm gonna go back and watch that video.
Damn, that's crazy. What's up, Carly?
I am for sure gonna go back and watch that video. That's crazy. I want to like. It's always interesting to like see yourself and hear yourself back then.
I don't like it. I sound like a fucking Republican psychopath.
You know what's funny on my videos is all the different hairstyles I had. Like,
yeah.
Go back on my thing. It's like short hair, wig, long hair, ponytail, blonde,
brown.
Yeah, I'm like wild.
Okay, so do you want to hear a clip?
Yeah, I want to hear a clip, but I also want you to put it in the don't forget to put the link in the comments too to this.
Oh, okay, hold on. I'll drop it right now.
Seeing President Poroshenko.
Hey, Petro.
Hi, Joe.
You had a good week. Hey, by the way, look, the other thing, I'm getting this from Amos again. The improvement in Naftagaz's operations and profitability are a big part of your success story in economic reforms. And my team is working very closely with Naftagaz leadership and considers the team to be tenacious reformers and talented managers. And we hope the current leadership stays in place. So I talked to you about that before. I know that it is not something that the prime minister is happy about, but I really think it's I follow the judgment of my team here. I don't know. I know everything else we're talking about intimately. I don't know this intimately, but I really would, with all the other things you're doing, have your team keep an eye on that. Okay.
I promise. And I don't have any information about the intention of the prime minister.
You did. I'm just raising it with you because that's what I just heard this morning before as I was preparing to make the call. That's the only reason I raised it.
So to give context, and you guys should go back and watch this episode, to give context to what they're discussing here, it's the sitting prosecutor that they got rid of. It's either the prosecutor or the attorney general. I don't know the equivalent over in Ukraine, but Biden wanted him gone because they had already been investigating this Burisma and Rosemount situation that was going on. They had been investigating it for so long, and he was actually finding more details out about Hunter. Surprising. And Obama and Joe Biden came into office, and they wanted to get rid of him. So they said, hey, look, the prime minister is asking questions, and Poroshenko's like, well, I don't know nothing about it. And he paused him. Oh, I'm not saying you do. I'm just raising it to you. And he says, well, I assure you that I have no information on why the prime minister is blah, blah, blah. And they're talking about how people are starting to become alarmed by why this either prosecutor or AG is gone, especially when he's investigating an American vice president and his son. Go back and watch it. It's probably the most entertaining live I've done, me personally. I was really proud of that.
And what year did you make that in?
Oh, let me see. It says 2 years ago, but I think I reposted it. The first time I did it was 2019.
So that's interesting because that's the same information that's in the book I always talk about.
Yes.
My son Hunter, right there as well.
They already knew. I'm 32.
They already knew. I can't recommend that book enough to you all. Hey, so, I think it was Jacqueline who mentioned that there was another 9/11 video. I'm sorry to regress back on the topics.
Yeah.
But Gateway Pundit has the video.
What is it? Pentagon?
Well, no, it's the towers. And it says newly emerged 9/11 video shows previously unseen angle of the second plane hitting the South Tower. Uploader. This is odd to me. Uploader admits to accidentally leaving the video private for 20 years.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That to me sounds really sus. Okay. Really sus.
Do they have the link?
Yeah, I'll play the video right here.
Okay.
So I just want to read this really quick. So it says, in a shocking development, a previously unseen video of the September 11th attacks has surfaced on YouTube, capturing a rare angle of the second plane striking the South Tower of the World Trade Center. The uploader of the video claims it was accidentally left private for 20 years. The 9-minute-long video was made public last year and shows events most Americans have seen numerous times from a different angle and strikingly clear. The video was filmed by Kevin Wesley, a combat veteran who served in 2003 Iraq War as an aircraft commander, as he stood on a boat surrounded by a crowd of stunned spectators. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Share my screen.
Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all are some real ones. You've been around for a minute.
Okay. I think this is the second. Here it is. I don't understand what what the difference is here. It's just from another angle. That's it.
Can you go back just a bit right there?
Okay, there we go.
Well, this just proves that the plane disintegrated because it's aluminum and it's up next to an exoskeleton metal beam. Like these are, I think they're titanium, if I'm not mistaken. And the entire building is an exoskeleton, meaning the structure is on the outside, which reinforces holding it up because it's so damn tall. They're trying to claim CGI. That's not CGI. That just proves that that plane stood no chance. And in my opinion, it couldn't have rendered that much damage unless there was already bombs or things going off inside, which I think there's 911
they
calls
suspected
that report. Yeah, they heard explosions, but they're trying to say, well, that's from the gas lane in a plane exploding different things. And I'm like, I don't think so.
I'll put the link to this video in the chat if you guys want to go through it and watch it yourself and look at the comments. I'll probably go back and look at the comments a little bit later. But interesting. We'll just save it to watch later. If you guys could only see my watch later, it's beyond.
I'm scared. What you probably got a bunch of conspiracy theories in there.
I've got like like when you're on a different mission, and then you see something else and you're just like, oh, I gotta watch that. So, but you don't have time to watch it now, dude. I gotta go back every day. I gotta go like look at that and be like, oh damn, I forgot I wanted to talk about that because that's also stuff that I save for the show.
I do the same thing. I just don't go back. Like I never go back.
What is a
what is a popple? Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Let's talk about Coke.
Coke.
Yeah. You know about McDonald's and how they're
Mickey D's.
Mickey D's, which by the way, I went out of respect for losing the Coke. Just joking.
I'm like, what? The hell you over there talking about?
Don't worry about
it. For some reason I can't pull the article up. It says it doesn't exist anymore.
That's weird.
Can you click on it? Because every time I go, it says, the page you're looking for isn't here.
Hold on.
Dang, y'all, I'm sorry. McDonald's. Getting rid of self-serve
drinks. So, did you pull it up?
I do. Here we go. Why is it doing that? This is so weird.
It's almost like they don't want us to know.
Right? Okay. Here we go. I don't know why they took it off of that website, but they did. So McDonald's is getting rid of self-serve soda fountains. Here's when and what to know. The days of filling your own drink at McDonald's are on their way out. The fast food giant is removing self-serve soda fountains from all USA restaurants by 2032, which is kind of convenient with the whole "you own nothing and be happy." The move says it will provide a more consistent experience for customers and crew, according to the statement provided by McClatchy News. Concerns about cleanliness, theft, and changing customer habits are also reportedly behind the change, according to the State Journal Register in Illinois. Drink machines have been a staple in McDonald's dining rooms for decades, but customers will have to schlep the counter for a refill in the future. Listen, I picked this because this was the dumbest news I have ever fucking read.
Y'all are greedy.
How are they greedy? They paying for, like, they trying to scheme. Look, this is becoming Japan. One thing I would tell you about living in Japan is that Japanese people will nickel and fucking dime you. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You want some water? They're gonna give you a cup this big and say, okay, go get some water.
Dude, you go find me at the water fountain like 35 times.
You want a cup? Okay. $2. $2. They don't be want to give you ice. They be trying to charge you extra for sauce. Like, goddamn. Nickel and dime you.
You know, I kind of feel like it goes hand in hand. Well, like I feel like that, but when I think about it, it doesn't probably make sense because if McDonald's really cared about your health, they wouldn't even be in business. But I kind of feel like it goes hand in hand with our next story about the diabetes thing because diabetes, because dude, people are just like too much, man. You give people like free shit and they just take advantage of it. You know what I mean? So all you like fat people that go to McDonald's and just prop and just prop yourself up at a McDonald's and just like go one time after another to the drink fountain and fill up your drinks, and then you're like, fuck this cup, and you like take your like Stanley cup up there and you fill that shit up. Like I've seen that. I've seen it happen. The Stanley cup is like that big ass like jug that everybody carries full of water, supposedly. They're like, oh, I gotta keep my hydration, right? But you know that shit's filled with Dr. Pepper. Dude, I used to work with a lady that every morning she would go and get an extra large, like from the gas station. She would start her morning with an extra large thing of like Dr. Pepper, and then she had like Dr. Peppers in her desk, and she would be like, dude, people in Texas, people in
that
Texas
dries
love
you
Dr.
out
Pepper.
so bad. Like there's
It's
only
so
so much
bad.
soda I can take before I want water.
Yeah, it's so bad for you. And don't get me wrong, like every once in a while, I love a soda with some ice, but I'm not like a soda drinker. I don't have soda in my house. But every once in a while, like I just crave like a Diet Coke or
It's
whatever.
nice to have
just
one every once in a while.
Just to have every once in a while. But I am not a soda drinker at all. That's just not my thing.
It's
I
too
just drink water.
much.
Yeah.
That is too
It's
much.
I'd rather eat my
Well,
calories, honey.
Night owls may have a higher risk for type 2 diabetes than early birds. Night owls are 54% more likely to develop unhealthy lifestyle habits, according to a new study. As a result, the study found that they are also 19% more likely to develop diabetes. I don't see how, because type 2 diabetes has to do with your diet, not how long you stay up at night.
But I can tell you as a former fat person that I was fat because I had poor eating habits. And when you stay up at night, they run more food commercials. And while you're watching TV, you want to eat and you go for the quick stuff, right? So you're eating bad food. Like nobody's cooking a healthy meal at 11 o'clock at night. You're eating chips, you're eating high sugary things, ice cream, cookies, whatever, candy. I can tell you that when I lost my weight and I changed my sleeping habits and started going to bed early, I didn't eat at night. You don't need sugar and carbs to go to sleep. And that's what people eat when they stay up late at night. And that's why they are diabetics. This is a no-brainer to me.
I don't know. It makes sense.
Yeah. Sleep is super important to weight loss. It really is. I know a lot of people don't think that, but it really is super important. Obviously, because you stop eating, I don't stop eating at 6:00. Okay. Like people are like, oh, don't eat anything after. I have a good dinner that fills me up, and then I go to bed. I don't continue to eat. But I remember when I was fat, girl, I'd be eating some cookies, some chips, some ice cream, some candy. I'd be warming up some pizza pockets. Oh yeah. It was all bad stuff. Nobody's making broccoli and grilled chicken at midnight.
I mean, shit, I'll make a bowl of spinach.
But I'm saying like most people don't.
Oh, you're saying most people?
Most people don't. Yeah, most people don't.
That sounds like when you said that to me, that doesn't even sound like something that is appetizing that late at night. That's actually shocking that people would ingest. Like, how do you eat ice cream at night? Or even candy?
Well, I mean, number one, when you're fat and you have an addiction to food, there doesn't have to be a reason to eat.
Well, let's leave out people being overweight, because this isn't localized to fat people. It's just people who stay up late.
No,
Like
but I'm
how?
saying type 2 diabetes is typically something that somebody overweight has.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Type 1 is like an insulin diabetic, and those people are usually thinner because they have unstable insulin. But people who have type 2 diabetes are generally overweight. You had ice cream for breakfast.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That just that's giving me my mouth hurts just thinking about that. Like, I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine eating no damn candy at night or first thing in the morning.
Right.
Ugh.
I know. Or drinking like sugary drinks and stuff like that. I know.
I can't even do coffee. Like, I love coffee,
Yeah.
but I have to have coffee spread out. I can't do coffee every single day. It's got to be one day where
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
"Ooh, I want a coffee," and I'll go get an iced coffee. But I won't have another one for like, it's been probably about 5-6 months since I've had an iced coffee.
Oh
That's
no, I
just
have to
too
have
much
it.
in one setting.
I can drink coffee all day, every day. Now, granted, I have really dropped my coffee consumption quite a bit because I used to drink, my goodness, like 6-7 coffees a day.
I don't see how you do that. You're
Now
crazy.
now I just have it in the morning, and then I might have a coffee late in the afternoon, but I don't have like coffee all day like I used to.
That's
But
not
I
my grandma.
drink black coffee. I don't put any sugar in my coffee. I don't put any cream in my coffee. I drink pure black coffee.
Even still, I don't get it. I think my vice is rice. I love
Oh, I love
rice,
rice. Yeah.
but I don't buy junk. If I'm getting up at like 1 in the morning because I'm hungry, you saw what I eat. I'll go make a bowl of
Yeah.
freaking spinach. I'll make a salad and go make up some rice. Like, I have to have rice,
Yeah.
but
I
I
love
can't do
rice.
anything else.
I love rice, and I love bread, and I love cheese. Like, if all I could have in life is like Gabriella said, a baguette, like a good
Fuck is
French
that?
baguette, a French baguette. Like, I'm talking about fresh bread. I'm not talking about sliced bread. I'm
I
talking
don't
about
know
like
what that is.
a
I
baguette
just,
is like a long loaf, like freshly baked bread. It's French.
Oh.
Baguette. I could have a baguette, some butter, some goat cheese, and a cup of coffee, and I could live on that. I could live on it
that
forever.
sounds disgusting.
Oh, heaven.
Ugh.
Heaven. Just some
Yeah,
warm
no.
bread.
Just give me some fish and rice. Maybe some chicken, really thinly sliced. Give me some shrimp. You talk about butter and bread. What? That's just too much.
Yes, butter.
See, grill me up some shrimp in the middle of the night. You feel me?
See, I'm not doing all that because I'm not trying to wash any dishes in the middle of the night.
Oh, you don't wash them. You just rinse them off, leave them in the sink, and get up and wash them the next day. My husband has me timed. Okay, I get into bed. This is what I do every night. We get into bed. We like watch Vampire Diaries or whatever show we're watching, and I get real comfortable, and I toss and turn, and then he's like, "You gonna go eat?" And I'll be like, "No, I'm not. Be quiet." And he'll pull the blankets back, and I'll get up. I used to call Mo and be like, "I'm hungry. What are you doing?"
Yeah, she would be, dude. But just like she said, she'd be like cooking up something good. Like she wasn't eating crap. Like Soonie wasn't like, "Oh, I'm about to have like some processed stuff." Like she literally would get up and like make food.
I did that the other day. I'm like, bro, you're going to bed. I have to fight myself. There's this something within my brain that's like, you are hungry.
You want a snack. Yeah.
It is time to go eat. And I cannot, I will toss and turn until I get up and eat something.
Yeah.
Or I just fight myself and really just force myself to go to sleep.
But are you more of like a salty or savory or sweet person? Like, is there like a specific type of like flavor that you're craving, or you just want food?
I just want food.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's because I don't eat breakfast. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I skip, I haven't ate anything and it's almost noon. I will skip an entire meal and kind of don't really have a lunch. Like I have a small portion of something, but dinner is when I eat the most.
Oh, okay. See, I can't skip any meals. I gotta have breakfast.
Really? I can drink water and be fine until like lunch.
I would die.
I think that's actually what I did. Crazy. I froze myself some water and I left it in there. And then right before the show, I chugged it down. It's right here. Chugged my water down and did the show. Like I have not ate breakfast. I'm fine.
I would be like such a raging bitch if I did not eat breakfast. My breakfast is the most like, so the way it goes is my meals start off gigantic and they lessen in portion because I don't want to go to sleep with like a bunch of food in my stomach. But my breakfast is massive.
Really?
I'd be throwing down at breakfast. Like I'm talking like eggs and steak and bacon and yeah.
See,
I don't do like pancakes and bread and all this stuff. I want bread. Like if you said, "Hey, here's bread," I want it. I don't do it. I do the eggs and the bacon and steak.
That's too much.
Oh, but I got it. I got to.
I would feel so just like held down and heavy.
I don't.
For the rest of the day.
I don't.
You don't feel that way?
No, because I'm not eating like sugar and carbs. I'm eating all protein.
Why do I feel that way?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure this out. This is actually I liked when we like, not you and I, but just humans, how you respond to meals. Like I feel I'm done for the rest of the day if I eat like that.
And you know what? I think everybody's different too. Like I know that like I have been a big proponent of like the carnivore diet and I still really love it.
Yeah.
But I think everybody's different, like in how your body responds. And there's like what do they call it? The blood type diet. So it's like based on your blood type. And it's like what your body it's like what your body actually responds to. So like some people respond to certain things and like, you know, like if I sat around and ate vegetables all day, which I used to be a vegan.
Yeah.
So I know what that life is. I always felt bloated. Like, and you would think like I would feel like super light and fluttery. No. I always felt bloated. I had a lot of energy, but I always felt like bloated and my tummy felt big. With the carnivore, I can eat a steak and feel really, really full, like satisfied full, but not feel full of food.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's different with everybody. I don't know. You should read the blood type diet.
She was telling me about it. I was like, blood type? I didn't believe her. She's probably watching. But she was telling me, I'm like, I never heard of that. But that's interesting that you say that because I'm the opposite. If I eat that stuff, I feel bloated. Like I feel just physically bad after eating like that most of the time. Can't do it.
Yeah.
And I pay for it, even though because Erica makes. I have never had a steak like hers.
Yeah.
That is the only steak I will eat.
But you don't. You feel gross afterwards.
I feel gross after. It's good. Yeah. That's why I eat it because it's so good. Yeah. But my stomach is just like, Can't do it. I'm starting to get that way with chicken.
Really?
Starting to get that way with chicken. What did I have? I made some basil chicken pasta. And I was just like, I can't eat this. I felt full after like 3 bites. I just couldn't do it anymore. I got chicken in there that I haven't even touched. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it, but it just doesn't seem appealing right now.
Dude, that's like me with pasta. Like I love pasta so much, but I can't do much of it. Yeah, because like as much as like my brain and my eyes are like, oh, I'm about to tear this up. I take one bite and I'm just like, oh. I feel like it's just like stuck up here. I don't know if it's because of my gastric bypass that I feel that way.
Yeah.
But it just makes me feel like it doesn't ever fully go down to my stomach.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, I love rice, but rice does the same thing to me. Like I just feel like really full and like I feel dragged down.
You know what I don't feel that way on ever is lamb. I had mutton last night. It was so good. That and it's halal, right? I like the way the halal food tastes because they drain it of all blood. It was fine. I feel fine. But the second I go like red meat and then chicken, it just throws me off. But I can eat lamb like it's no one's business and I'm perfectly fine.
I love lamb.
Oh, so good. People say that's an acquired taste. I don't think it is. It's good.
Dude, make me some lamb chops and I will tear those.
They're so buttery and soft.
Yes. You put some like pesto or something on them, some mint sauce. Like you could do so much with lamb.
Yeah.
So good. So
rosemary. Good. I want some lamb. I don't got no more.
You know what else is really good? And you might be grossed out by this, but goat.
What?
Goat is a delicious.
I like goat. Goat is good.
Goat. Oh my God. And if you cook it like the way that it's traditionally cooked, like in Mexican cultures and African cultures, is they cook it underground. And oh my God, it's delicious. It's delicious.
I've only had I just talked about Somalis. I'm sorry. My cousin's Somali. That's the only time I've had goat. And her mom made it. It was really good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's kind of like pork, but like tender and like more like lamb, I guess. It's a very like light.
It's like lamb. I would compare it to lamb for sure.
To lamb.
Give me your black card, cuz. What you mean? What? Why you need my black card?
Because you eat lamb?
Jesus ate lamb. Shoot.
Yeah, black people eat lamb chops. What are you talking about?
You need to get around some cultured black folks. All right. I'm a jack of all trades. I know how to be ghetto. I know how to be bougie. And I know how to just be chill. I've been to a few places. So it's not the same for me. When you travel outside of your comfort zone, then you try different things.
There's a chick that I found on TikTok. Her name's Nisi, and she lives in Dallas in the hood. Anyway, she be making these plates, girl. Okay, that she puts like these. Oh, they look so good. And I've been trying to get a plate for weeks. Okay, you got to like on Friday, you got to place an order with her and put a $15 deposit down. And I cannot get a plate. Girl is sold out every damn weekend. She sells out in like 10 minutes. You know her shit's good. People are yeah, dude. People drive down from Houston for her plates. Yes. I'm about to send you a picture because dang.
You don't have to let me do it for you since I'll be up late.
I know, right?
Get in line for you.
I'm gonna be like, Soonie, drop my deposit in. Okay.
Black Friday sale out here. Shoot.
Give you my card so you can drop my deposit.
I'll do it for you too. Shoot,
Dude.
I will eat vicariously through you. I be doing that with the mukbangs, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This lady eats this African, it's like this African dish and it's fufu. And I'll be like, I want to try that so bad, but we don't have nothing like that here.
You talk about B-Love?
Is that who it is?
Yeah,
B-Love. The way she eats it is like nasty. She be slurping, but it looks good.
I fall asleep to her videos, okay?
No,
like
I
they
had to.
call
I can't do the smacking and the slurping. I'll be ready to punch somebody.
Oh, dude, no, I don't like it in real life when people do that. I think it's disgusting. But for some reason, I put on her videos at nighttime and I'm just like, dang, dude, that's like the most calming sound.
Nah, watching pimples is cool for me. I'll watch Pimple Popper.
That too.
Bro. I have to. I gotta watch this. There is someone who is live right now talking about the impeachments, and I have to see how they're covering it. I have to. Just so I can make fun of them on Friday. Not on here, because you know how people are.
Yeah. Well, we'll get off in a little bit. Let me show the B-Love video so y'all understand. I'm gonna show her eat fufu. If y'all don't know what fufu is, or it's egusi soup with fufu.
Yeah.
I'll get you some, okay?
Bro.
So it comes with like dude, okay, so this is fufu right here. And it's like it looks like it's like a dough, but it's really made out of like a starchy potato, but it's not a potato. So what you do, she's washing her hands right now, and this is the stew. Okay, so what you do is you scoop up. I want you to all hear this. You scoop it. What?
Ooh.
There we go.
Ooh, and it's hot. Oh, I hate that. When I have it hot, because I reheat it up.
See? Now you ain't got to do all that. Oh, shit.
Would she be licking her fingers?
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of slurping. So, in this video, a lot of slurping, y'all. A lot of messy eating, but when it's good.
Okay, I have had this food. Okay, anybody who knows me knows that if you're African and you don't invite me to your wedding, I'm going to be upset because they be serving fufu and egusi stew at African weddings. It's so good. It's spicy, but it's so good.
It looks good, but she don't make it good with that.
Dude, my mouth
she
is
licked
like
the bottom of her finger, bro. Like what?
I know, but like my mouth right now is like salivating. Like, you know, like when you start to get the saliva, my mouth is like salivating.
Making my mouth juicy.
Yeah. And you got to eat the fufu right now. Okay. Don't think that you just put all that fufu in your mouth. The fufu actually serves as a spoon. So you use it to get the stuff in your mouth, and then you separate the food from the fufu, and you've got to kind of roll the fufu around in your mouth. There's a very special way to eat fufu, and Africans will tell you you're not eating the fufu right. Okay.
Oh man, you didn't get my inside joke.
No, I didn't hear
it. That made
me. Come on, Judy.
No, we have a joke, an ongoing joke where if somebody says something like stupid, or they say something that's fitting to the phrase, then we say it, and you're like, I said it, and you were like, yeah.
What was the phrase? What was it?
I said, you over here making my mouth juicy. It's this old lady. It's this old lady who gets pissed off at her granddaughter for doing a fart prank on her. And she said, roll the windows down, Harlan. I can't take it. She said, roll the windows down. She said, Grandma, my windows don't work. And then she started cursing her out. You bitch.
I've seen that
video. Over here making my mouth juicy.
You know, it's like,
Nah, we do it to each other and we just bust out laughing. Like I did it last night at dinner. We were just laughing at the table. Nobody else knew what we were laughing at.
That's funny. Man. What else do we got? We got anything else?
Whew. We have the anti-trust laws that the DOJ is going after Google for. They're going after Google for engine search dominance. They're saying it's a monopoly case, and they want to take away Google's power on being the biggest search
engine.
I don't think it's fair. Google is actually a very resourceful thing. You may not find everything you want to find on Google. They do hide things, but I could type in Google, like just now we were looking for the story for McDonald's. I went straight to Google and typed in McDonald's no longer self-serving drinks, and it popped right up. I don't necessarily understand the trial. I don't get it. I don't really understand why they're doing it, but they're just complaining about Google's tight grip over the internet for millions of American consumers, advertisers, small businesses, and entrepreneurs. If they're talking about advertising and they're talking about how everything is put through Google, which I have not taken from what I've read so far, then I can understand a lawsuit. That makes sense. YouTube, we have to do Google AdSense. We can't use any other
gotcha.
AdSense company to generate money. So if they're taking it on that front, then I'm all for it. But if it's just because they're a big search engine, then that's stupid as fuck. Make something else that's competing with them, in my personal opinion.
I'm going to say there's more here than meets the eye, because doesn't the DOJ have bigger things to focus on than this shit? Shouldn't they be taking other people to court?
like Biden?
Yeah, like I feel like there's more to this than that's on the surface, right? Like there's a bigger reason why they're suing them more than just
I agree.
We don't think it's fair to other search engines. Come on, you don't give a damn about fairness. Give me a break.
Google even made a comment. They said Google is the entrance point to the internet. If people wanted a different way to search, there are plenty available. The DJ's suit implicitly argues that the federal government knows us better than we know ourselves, even though our revealed preferences should suggest that we like Google perfectly fine. Like I said, if the DOJ is going after them because of the monopoly they have on how people make money, then I'm going to give the DOJ a hand clap. But if it is with intent to control us, then I do think there's a bigger conversation to be had, for sure. Google bought DuckDuckGo, so you're not getting anything different.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because my search engine is DuckDuckGo, but sometimes I got to go to Google because I don't get the same stuff on DuckDuckGo that I get on Google, even though they're owned by Google.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't understand that.
I think it's honestly just algorithms differences. Do you remember when the whole Ukrainian war started to pop off and DuckDuckGo was starting to filter what was being seen versus what was not? I think in instances like that, you run into the same thing that Google's doing. Like, to me, they're all the same, but you do get, I feel like you get a more like broad view of news when you look at DuckDuckGo, because it's not just the same ABC, CNN, Fox News that first pops up. That's the only difference I see.
Yeah, that's true. If you guys want to play a fun game when you're like in a car or something like that, play the Google search game and just tell everybody, okay, let's all search on Google the word Joe Biden. And if everybody searches Joe Biden, you're going to find that everybody gets a different search result. And it's going to be based on your internet activities. And it's going to show you what it thinks you want to see. So, yeah, if you're out on a date with a guy and you want to know without asking him a million questions, how he leans on certain issues, just Google search on his phone. Just be like, hey, can I use your phone really quick to do a quick Google search and type up stuff and see what comes up? It's a quick way to find out a lot about somebody, is to go to their search. Even if they delete their history, if you go into their Google on their computer or their phone and search certain things, it'll show them on their device what they want to see.
I can tell you how to delete it if you guys want.
I know how to delete it.
I bet you don't. How you delete it?
What, your history?
You know how to delete it. How you delete it?
Oh, I thought you were talking about deleting your internet history.
In your Google searches.
Yeah, you just go in. I just go in. Well, first of all, I go and clear my cookies all the time and clear my history.
Nope. There's a backup system that Google has built into Google search.
Let's try it.
You have to go in there and delete your in browser history, and then anytime you talk to Google on your phone, your voice is stored in a
Oh, I don't talk to Google.
So you don't say, "Hey Google"?
I don't use Siri either.
Hey Google, is Mo telling me the truth? Shit.
What did you say?
It answered in my Bluetooth speaker. Hold on. Hey Google.
She said bullshit.
Is Mo telling the truth? Why did Mo Farah only tell the truth now? But yeah.
Wait, what does it say?
Question, it just asks a question as to why did Mo Farah only tell the truth now? How rich is Mo Farah? Sir Mo Farah. Mogadishu, Somalia. Some dude from there. I don't know. A refugee. But when you do stuff like that, your voice is stored on like a cloud storage device. And you have to go in and actually delete it. And you can only do that through the Google app. So if you really want to delete your footprint and things that you've looked up, go in through the Google app and delete it that way.
Dang. Well, I can't think of anything I want to delete that bad.
You said that bad.
Yeah. To go through all that work.
Nothing major.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have for today.
That's all I have.
And
too.
the lights that happened over Morocco before the earthquake. So let me show that real quick. I got people coming over, so I'm gonna have to hop off soon.
Okay.
Here's a video. Now, to me, these things aren't just like but because it has been reported, multiple times outside of this. Anytime a big earthquake has happened, even in Japan, the same thing happened in Japan. I think it's true. It's just odd as to what it is. And the same scientists that have rovers on Mars and are bringing things back are saying they have no clue what this means or why it happens. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
These same scientists that have gone to the moon, they know all these things about space travel. We just discovered a new NBX-12, which is some sort of dwarf planet that we discovered from the Hubble, but they don't know why this happened over Morocco. Hold on, I have to refresh it.
And when did this earthquake happen?
Friday.
Oh, wow.
All right, can you guys see that still?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the horizon here, you're going to see a flash of blue. I think.
Oh, there was. Was that it?
Yeah. You see it in the corner over there?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It lights up the sky.
And it looks like it's coming from the bottom, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
because
it's
like
like
there.
this.
And then there's another one that's going to happen over here.
They're dropping the aliens off.
Sound like Erica.
Is that what she said?
She says that all the time. Soonie, it's the aliens. And I'd be like, bro, put the weed down. She always says, I'm not human. I'm not supposed to be human. I'm not from this planet. I don't know who you guys are, but she's not human.
Erica's not human?
I like her. Erica tells me she's not human all the time.
What?
Maybe that's why we get along so well.
She tells you she's not human?
Yeah. We say stuff to irritate each other. Erica's like you, right? She's a very heart person, but she's also like me, where we're both sarcastic and don't care about irritating you with our jokes. Where you'll get like,
I'll get irritated.
Shut up, Soonie. if I make fun of her and her conspiracy theories, she just keeps going. She doesn't give a fuck that I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever.
Hell no. I'm like, fine, don't believe me. I'm done with you. I get upset because I'm like personally attached. You know what I mean?
Yo, if I get quiet, she'll be like, what do you want me to say? If I tell you I don't believe it, you're gonna be mad. So I'm just sit here and be quiet.
Or when she's like, bruh, really? And I'm like, yeah, like, dude, because I'm saying it with all seriousness. And she's like, or she'll start laughing like that. And I'm like, it's not funny. Like, I'm serious.
Okay.
And then I get in my feelings.
She does. Be like, chill out. God, dang. Anyways, my friends are here. They're leaving on Sunday. So I'm going to go hang out with them until they leave. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I had fun doing the show. We covered everything. Jeez.
Every damn thing.
You look tired. This show wore you out, didn't it?
No, not the show didn't wear me out. I'm actually a girl. I gotta go get my son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's perfect timing for me. So I can hopefully he'll call me soon and then I can go get him.
Well, thank you guys for hanging with us. Please tune in on Friday for more trending topics, more hot button topics, and hopefully we can have some more like campaign news, politics, since the election season is gearing up.
Yes.
Hopefully. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out. Bye.
Wait, which one do I play? Wait, this one. Okay, bye.
They say the song's so offensive, but only if you get offended. I can't offend you without your permission, and you don't even have to listen. They say the song's so offensive, but only